Hey YouTube, back at it. Before I throw the FP Red on, I want to do a compression test on the engine. So I'm going to walk you through that here real quick. So the first thing you need to do is remove the spark plug cover here. You can use a Phillips, and it might be a 10 millimeter. So I've already got that started. Let's go ahead and get these coils off because we got to pull all 4 plugs before we can do this. So let's get started. Once the bolts are out, you can just go ahead, pull the coil off, and that will remove the coil there from the engine. I already got this other one off. So now we just got to remove these 2 plug wires and then pull the plugs. Got the coils out of the way, have the plug wires out of the way. Now on to removing the spark plugs. I am using a spark plug socket which has a little rubber O-ring down in there which helps grab the plug when you go to pull it out of these heads. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. Plug 1, plug 2, number 3, number 4. And here's what I'm using. Snap-on compression tester. So what we need to do is we need to find the right attachment on the end here to screw down in to the head. So let's go ahead and find the right one. Okay, so I found the right attachment. All you do is just thread it in there, thread it in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll attach the gauge to the other side. And there we go. It's hooked up. So with my kit here, it attaches just like a compressor hose adapter. So you pull that back and it snaps on. So one thing I didn't mention before is I got the engine hot. And what you're going to want to do is either pull the fuel pump fuse or disconnect the fuel injectors. I mean, I guess you can have fuel spraying down in there, but there's no reason to. So go ahead and pull the fuel pump fuse so you have no fuel spraying, or just go ahead and pull the fuel injector fuse so they don't turn on either. So with this gauge here, on the first pump, you want this gauge to pretty much shoot up to 100 right away. So, and then it'll probably go, I don't know what the 4G63 is supposed to be, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be around 150 pounds, but that first pulse should hit 100 right away. So let's go ahead and turn it over. Well, that didn't go as planned, but let's see what we got. Looks like it's right around, I don't know, 130 psi. Boy, the glare on this thing is terrible. So it looks like it's a little bit halfway between 100 and 150, so it's about 130-ish for first cylinder. Okay, cylinder number 2 now. Looks to be about the same, about 130. I might have to retest that cylinder 1. This one shot up much quicker, so, but it's about 130 again still. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, third cylinder. That one is about 130 as well. So they're all looking to be right around 130. Let's finish up with the last one. We'll unscrew this. Screw it into the last one here. That was weird noise. Alright. Last one, let's see what we get. That one seemed to be way stronger than all the other ones. Let's see what we got though. Yeah, this one's at like 135-ish, but I think it's bled off a little bit. It might have even hit close to 137 to 140, but you can see it bleeding off a little bit. So this one was about 125, 130, 135. Yeah, it's about 135 or so. So that might be, cylinder 4 might be the strongest, but it's not by much. I think it's good. Alright guys, so that's how you do a compression test. I'd say this this engine is fairly healthy. I'll have to look up the specs to see what it should be new from the factory, but you know, it's a low compression engine. It might be what, 8.5, 9 to 1, so I don't expect it to really be all that high, so that might be right. I'll look up the specs. I'll post it in the description once I find them. But other than that, every cylinder was right around 130, so 130, 130, 130, and about 135-ish right there. So I'd say everything looks good and checks out. So next stop, FP Red. Thanks, guys.